like a landscape, not a portrait. Okay, and here's what we're going to do. You guys can write your name at the bottom and today's date. I really don't even know. I think it's the 24th. You know what? Put whatever date you want. Okay, now look. All right, that's it. That's all we're doing today. That's swimmy. Okay, everybody did a great job. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next week. Does anybody have any questions at all about today's assignment?
Mr. E,
Yes.
we want to do more.
Oh, no, we just did swimmy. So how was that for everybody?
Mr. E, there's more. He doesn't just live inside the snow.
Guess
Not
what?
good.
Guess what? I tricked everybody. Now we're going to draw a bunch of crazy fish. That was a big trick on the street. All right, here we go. Okay, the first fish we're going to draw. I'm going to draw one eye right here. And right next to that circle, I'm going to draw the exact same circle like that. And his eyes are going to be looking over here at swimmy. Now, the fun thing about fish is we can draw them any shapes we want, any colors we want. It's cool. So now straight line there. And watch what I do. This is going to be a little different than we normally do. When I draw the mouth, I'm going to start outside of the line we just drew and bring it all the way back here and give him one tooth. Okay. Now, right here, do you guys see this? Remember this line? I'm going to draw it up like this and round it over like that. And this guy's going to be kind of a square type of fish. I'm going to bring it back here, round it down here, and stop right there. And then I'm going to go down to his jaw, round it right there. And look, I'm going to stop before I touch the lines because that's where I'm going to add his tail. Okay, so I'm going to give you a second right there to catch up. And now I'm going to do the tail just like this. And I'm not done with this guy yet. I'm going to give him a fin up here. I think that's called his dorsal fin. I think, I don't know for sure. I'm going to do a fin down here. I think that's called his pectoral fin. Again, I don't know. And right here, I'm going to do one last fin. Okay, so that's my first fish. It's kind of boring, so I'm going to add some stripes on him. Of course, you do not have to. You can if you want to. And now I've created a place where I can put a bunch of different colors. That makes me happy. So that is our first fish. And we are done with him, but now we got to go on to someone else. So now we're going to make another fish. This one is going to have an eyeball right here. And maybe I'm going too fast. So I'm going to slow it down. I quote Mike D, slow and low, that is the tempo. All right, next, right here. I'm trying to do the exact same circle, but I made that one a little bigger. And we'll have this guy looking at swimmy too. You see how I made his eyes a little smaller? Okay, make the smallest line right there out of his eye. And then make a line go all the way around to where it almost touches his eye, but not quite. And you'll see why in a second. Because inside there, we're going to make a circle like this. But I'm still leaving a little bit of line for his lip. That's going to be the inside of his mouth. And this guy is going to have a circle body. So watch what I do. I'm going to start at the very middle of the eye right there. I'm going to bring it around like a circle. I'm going to stop right there because I need to add a fin. And I'm going to bring this one around and stop right there. Do you see how we made a circle? And there's where I'm going to add a fin. And it's just going to be another kind of rounded circle like that. So we stick with that theme. A lot of circles. Okay, but we're not done with this guy yet. Because we need to add another fin underneath here. We need to add a fin in the back. And then we'll add a little fin on top. Now, if I want, I can add a little texture on him. And that can be our second fish. Okay, this guy does, so we can add color there, there, there. So I'm going to leave it like that. And maybe he's just got one nice big bright color. Okay, next, we're going to go over here. And this one's going to be a little crazy. So I'm going to go one big eye there. I'm going to go over a little bit and go big eye there. And inside those eyes, I'm going to put also big eyes. And those are the ones I'm going to color in. And right now, you guys don't know what fish this is, but you will pretty soon. Maybe you will right now. So the next line I'm going to do is I'm going to do a backward C there and a forward C there, but I left space in between. I'm going to put a line right there and a line right there. So a little sad face, a little happy face, and then just the smallest little line right there. All right, now around this guy, look what I'm doing. I'm making a big, huge circle here with just the smallest little tail. It almost went off. And this is going to be one of those puffer fish. So right here, I'm going to make one fin. And over here, I'm going to make another fin. Okay, and right now we can't really tell it's a puffer fish, but if I did this and made a bunch of these, then maybe we could tell. So now that looks a little bit more like a puffer fish. All right. Okay, so I'll give you guys a second to catch up on that one. And then we'll start doing our next one. Okay, let's do our next one over here. I'm going to draw a really big eye there and a really big eye there. And inside those eyes, I'm going to put two other circles, kind of a medium one, the small one. I'm going to color it in. And then a little happy face there. Okay, now right between the two eyes, okay, up here, I want you to put a happy face like that, right between the two eyes. And then I'm going to put a big, huge cone right there with some lines like this. And you guys probably know right now what that is. Okay, so one line, watch, is going to start right about at the horn, a little bit above, and it's going to come around like this. The other line is going to start right about the horn. It's going to come around like this. And then I'm going to bring this guy way up here like this. So it goes past that. And then over here, we're going to do this right there. And the reason I put it behind there is because now it looks like the tail is behind the narwhal. And you guys can do any kind of tail you want. I'm going to do a fun one like that. And then one arm like this, and one arm like that, or fin, not arm. Okay, your horn can be like a rainbow. You can put polka dots on. You can do anything you want to do there. Okay, now we're going to do another little fish here. And this one will go right here. Okay, and this I'll be looking up at Swimmy too. And right next to it, I'm going to do another eye, but look, it's been behind it. And remember how we always talk like that makes it look three-dimensional? So I'm going to put it right there behind it. Okay, now we're going to draw the nose on this guy, and it's just going to come down like this and around like that. Okay, and then we're going to do an imaginary line through the eye, and we're going to bring it around like that. And then about 3/4 up the mouth, not right there. That's where the nose is going to be. We're going to do another circle just like this, but don't connect them, remember, because that's where the tail is. All right, now we're going to do a little tail. Then some fins up top. Then a fin right here. And again, you guys can do it however you want to do it. And this guy is going to have polka dots. I always like that because then you can add so many fun colors. And even though I'm not making real circles, I'm doing a bunch of different circles, it still looks like they're circles. Okay, so we're doing good there. Okay, now this next one is going to be very hard to do. Right here, I'm going to put a rounded triangle like that. Or, yeah, rounded triangle. And then I'm going to go like this. Put a straight line there and a rounded triangle like that. Then round it there. You guys probably know what this is going to be. And right in the middle, I have a little starfish. And then just to make it a little more interesting, I'll put little things like this. I don't even know what they are. Those are just more things I can color. All right. Now, the last thing I'm going to do, make a straight line right there. Like a rectangle. Put some nails in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And put a diagonal line there, diagonal line there. Then connect it. Now, it would do no good to have a wagon underneath the ocean, even if it had wheels. It'd be very hard to pull. So I'm going to make it a boat instead of a wagon that this little fish is pulling. And then I'm going to do a straight line there and a straight line there. And I'm going to connect it with a wavy line like that. And then I'm going to connect it with another wavy line like that. And then straight line up, straight line up. And connect it like that. And put one rectangle right there with a little fire out of it. That is going to be a birthday cake because it is Emily's mom's birthday. It's Amy's birthday. And I'm not sure what color she likes. I could unmute her and ask her, but I'm too lazy to get up. So she's getting a delicious, yummy birthday cake. And if you were wondering, I don't know for sure, but I do believe she's more than 1 year old. But maybe not. I don't know. I actually do know because I did the math. She told me she was born sometime in the Pete the Cat disco era, but barely. So who really knows for sure anymore? And it's never a good time to have a birthday during the quarantine. But if you have a bunch of these cute fish coming to your birthday party, that could be a really good time. All right, I lost my pen. So now here's what we're going to do. And you guys can start coloring this right here. The narwhal is bringing a birthday present because narwhals are very nice that way. They always bring presents. This one has little stringies on it. Starfish didn't bring anything. See what else is going to the birthday party. You guys don't have to do this. I'm going super quick, but I'm drawing some balloons. And it only makes sense that a puffer would be bringing balloons, right? And he popped a few. So look, this one right here, because he touched it, came over here. So he actually had like 7 balloons, but he popped a few. That's why puffers should never have those. Let's see what this guy could be bringing. He's bringing Swimmy a worm that he got off the hook. And look, the hook's way over here. So the fisherman lost out on that one. And there we go. Now we're having a really fun birthday party. Under the sea birthday party. What kid didn't dream about that at one time in their life? I guess I never did. But besides that, who? All right, and the final thing I would say to do, if you wanted to, just to take up some of our negative space, is to draw some birthday seaweed. And you can do that anywhere and just make those some fun colors. And if you wanted to, you could maybe hide stuff in there, like a buried treasure or something like that. And there we go. So the more colors you add to this, the happier it's going to be. And now I'm going to bring you guys to me.